back to the John and Linetia show.
Is this the time where I should cry?
You're going to cry over Derrick Rose?
I am.
Because
I thought we had a chance
hurt
this
again.
year.
Yeah, hurt his
Man,
other knee.
hurt again.
Yeah.
Kind of sad.
Had surgery on the torn meniscus
Which is kind of like an ACL.
Yeah, well, apparently, yeah. I mean, this is kind of what kind of cushions. I guess they could take the meniscus out, but then he'll have arthritis when he's old. But yeah, he's gone for at least the rest of this season.
I know at first they were kind of being, a little bit more optimistic and were saying maybe 6 to 8 weeks, maybe he'll be back in February or March. But I guess after the surgery, they went there and saw some other stuff.
Well, I guess there's two ways. Once you get in, you can't be sure. There's two ways. Either they find something and they just do a little trimming of this kind of thing, and otherwise, if they've got to go in and actually kind of do some cutting and surgeon.
Yeah,
So.
This is kind of sad for the Bulls. You can tell the other night, they lost against the Clippers real bad.
Yeah.
Real bad. And I'm thinking that, they're missing their star player. Not saying all of them aren't stars, but, Derrick Rose is, the star of the Bulls.
Yeah.
He's only 25 years old. He's out for another season.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think his sponsors are questioning his ability to play basketball at this point?
I don't know about that. I mean, it's not the same knee.
It's the other knee.
It's not the same injury.
Kind of.
It's still a knee injury.
Yeah.
I think, the question here that I have and others have kind of brought up is, if you think about it, if you hurt, let's say you hurt your leg and you start limping around, what is limping? Limping is favoring the healthy leg then, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And you could hurt yourself by continually favoring, the healthy leg.
Most of your strength and everything is going
so
on the other way.
it's as anyone who's ever come back from any kind of any kind of a leg, knee, foot type thing, you, especially, after this, you would start to maybe not favor the other or consciously, but also maybe subconsciously.
But it's not, one leg's touching a little bit weaker than the other.
And could it be that, granted, this was his right knee, and I think he's right-handed, so technically you could say would be his dominant knee, although we don't know. Could it be that he's kind of changed because of the left knee issue, that he maybe was doing more with his right knee, which you never know. The other thing that then people have brought up, though, is maybe what if he actually did come back last year for maybe the last playoff series or something like that, and kind of tried out, the new knee and everything like that. And even if he was, say, favoring the right knee or something like that, it just would have been for a certain amount of games, and then he would have had the off season for everything like that. In other words,
try to heal up.
Did it make sense to basically kind of essentially, even though he sort of got ramped up, you start the NBA season, I think he only missed one game so far this year.
Right.
And that was just kind of a precautionary type thing.
Right,
Is it possible that maybe had he done a little bit of work in, kind of full blast, not practice, not preseason, but kind of, full blast on the knees last season, would it have been better? Would it have actually come back this year? Maybe not stronger, but maybe he would have been in a better mindset knowing everything was good.
I just don't know, because we're assuming. We're kind of making up things that we don't know. My thing that I wonder is, did he know that he probably had not so good knees in the beginning? You know what I mean?
Oh, I don't think he had not so good knees. I don't think so. These are freak injuries. I mean, the ACL and everything like that. These are, like this one with the torn meniscus. He basically was, he was just, just came down on it. It was a non-contact play.
And he's such a aggressive type player.
Yeah, but he's not the most aggressive in the league.
No, but he's an aggressive player.
Now, granted, he very, I don't think you can tell whether somebody has, fragile body parts or fragile knees, something like that. I mean, it's not like Greg Oden, who continually kept, breaking his would have fractures in his feet and stuff like that, where they found that he actually was kind of predisposed to having, essentially he had fragile bone structure down there, okay,
right.
And it was gonna continually, may continually happen.
Oh.
Bill Walton, had a lot of knee problems early in his career, and he wasn't as great as he could have been, even though he was still a great NBA player.
Right. One of my friends brought up a point, and I didn't really think about this at all, and I don't even know if this had anything to do with it, but go with me on this one. One of my friends said that he should have never been drafted early, that he should have just stayed in college and kind of, mind you, he went to the University of Memphis for just 1 year, and maybe if he had stayed in college and then he was able to do that 4-year stint, he'd be able to see how his body works, and then got drafted into the NBA, thinking that maybe the college, playing would help build him up a little bit more. Yeah. I don't know about that part.
I don't think so. I would think that.
Know.
I mean, the reason why they come out as early as they can is so that they don't, if they continue to play in college, they might get hurt. And they basically will end up losing value in the draft. I don't think that would be it.
I don't know. I don't know. I think it's just sad.
I think it is. I think sad. And the other issue really is that he's still in his contract with the Bulls, and it's like it's going to end up that most of his playing time with the Bulls is going to be spent on the injured list, and God forbid when he comes up to become a free agent, that he leaves the team, I mean, one would hope
that... But the thing is, would somebody else want him?
Sure. Oh, gosh, you're always gonna... Yeah, I mean, and...
Even they feel like he might be prone to injury.
Well, I mean, like I said, I don't think... These aren't injuries that tend to be injury prone. The other thing is, if it was the same knee, then you can go, okay, there's something wrong with this knee. Okay. So it was a different one, and it was a different type of injury. And it is a freak injury, and these things happen. So we're talking about, I mean, it's not going to happen to the, 11th man on the team because that one's not getting the majority of minutes. And Derrick Rose is getting the majority of minutes. He's getting the majority of touches. Mm-hmm. He's probably, banging around, as much or more, although one could say that Joakim Noah probably bangs around more. Right. He throws his body all over the place. Yeah. So, it's, I think ultimately you got to wait and see what happens after this one. If somehow he comes back and he gets hurt almost right away, then you could probably start going, is he injury prone?
Now, what about the Bulls? You think they're done?
Oh, yeah.
You think so? But they did well last year without him.
Yeah, and then they got rid of Nate Robinson.
They did.
They're not... Last year they were built to play without Derrick Rose. This year they're built to play with Derrick Rose. Derrick. So no, I think they're done, and that's the thing that sucks is basically the last 3 years of Bulls basketball has been it's tough to watch, hard to, disappointment without him there. It
is. What about? You think his career is over?
No, he's young. He'll come back. Like I said, Bill Walton had a similar issue or had knee issues.
Yeah, I've been seeing a lot of people, on Facebook saying that, he's done and the Bulls are done and they have no idea why he even came back this year. And I'm like, can we please stop with the negativity? Let's try to be a little bit more positive, and pray for his healing and his strength. He might come back. We don't know.
Yeah, it's just kind of a bummer. We've got to wait.
That's true. Thanks for listening to the John Linetia Show.